Best amplifier of 2023. I'm just going to say it. It is definitely my Gryphon Apex. No hesitation whatsoever. Gryphon Apex is the best amplifier of 2023. It is basically Jay's Audio Lab approved. It is basically me telling you that if I could design a component, if I can build an amplifier, this is the template that I would go by. I love the sheer size of the Apex. I love the presentation. I love the muscle, the control, the anger that sometimes it displays to just blow your senses. Okay. It is one of the most impressive performances that I've ever been a part of. And just to know that I own it feels that much better. Do I see myself replacing it anytime soon? Probably not, because first of all, it's very heavy. It requires 3-4 men to lift it safely and accommodate it. But also because I just don't know if there is anything else better out there. I don't know. Will I try other amplifiers to kind of get a feel of how much bang for the money they are? Sure, I will bring other amplifiers, all the time. As a matter of fact, I may have an Essence and Gryphon show up pretty soon, and maybe we can do a comparison of the Essence against the Apex, the baby, the most affordable Gryphon amp against the most expensive amp, and just see what kind of results we get. But anyway, yes, the Gryphon Apex to me has completely elevated the conversation about what is the best power amplifier on this planet. I still believe it is right now, for me, in 2023, the best stereo amplifier is the Gryphon Apex. Okay. One man's opinion. One man's opinion. Remember that. Question for me. I have Focal Diablo Utopias. Looking at Sabrina X's or Scala Utopia. Which one would I go for? Several factors. How big is the room? What kind of amplification? It's very tough for me to recommend a speaker not knowing those variables. Okay, I will say this right now. If you ask me a question and you want my recommendation, I need to know about your system. Let me know at least at a high level. I own this amp, this preamp. My room is this big. At least tell me that so that I can more or less see what would make sense. Okay, so in this case, I'm gonna just based on what you gave me, based on this question, I'll say probably Sabrina X. Honestly, from this, but I don't know the rest of the system, so I'm just guessing based on your options and based on the little bit of information you've given me. Okay. Parasound JC5 versus JC1 Plus. First of all, this is a brand that I don't talk about often, but I guess this is a good opportunity for me to tell you. Okay. You ready? So the JC1 has hopefully 20% of what the JC1 Plus monos do. The JC1 Plus monos are on a whole new level, not even close. Bass control is phenomenal on this JC1 Plus mono block. Okay, I love the control that these JC1s have always displayed historically speaking. Every single JC1 has been an impressive stereo amplifier. I would say if you can save your money, buy the JC1 Pluses. Don't look back. Okay. There's no need to stay with something that is going to make you think after you buy it, oh my God, I love it so much. I wish I had gone for the more expensive sibling. Go for the better one. If you can, if all it takes you is to basically save 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, save your money and go after the JC1 Pluses. Trust me, it is a great affordable amplifier. I would suggest you look into a tube preamplifier for that, because that JC1 Plus mono, the high frequency isn't some of the best that I've heard, so it can benefit from a tube line stage. Okay, that musicality, that the beautiful harmonic tones that a tube line stage will inject on this JC1 Plus could be quite beneficial. Okay, so make sure that you look into a tube line stage if you end up buying the JC1 Plus monos. Whoa, John is killing me. John wants to know the differences in sound quality between the Gryphon Apex and my Boulder monos. Man, that's tough, man. You're killing me, John, but I'm going to make my best effort to answer your question. First and foremost, I want to say either one is a phenomenal option. You cannot go wrong with either one. You are going to be happy. You are going to be playing by yourself. That's the only bad thing about buying an Apex or buying a set of monos, Boulder 3050s. Okay, you're going to be playing by yourself, and it can get quite boring when you play at this level because you have nothing else, nobody else that you can relate to. People cannot relate to you either. The Apex to me has a lot more of a robust presentation, more muscle, if that makes sense. Think of it as a bigger bodybuilder, okay, with a lot more mass on his chest and arms. That to me is kind of what the Apex is. It's got great resolution, pure Class A, incredible dynamics, incredible speed, some of the most articulate bass I have ever heard. And overall, I can't even think about a bad thing to say about the Apex. Can I think of something bad to say about the Boulder 3050? Well, I could say it's too big chassis, but then the Apex stereo also is a massive chassis, so both could be that could be a con for both amplifiers. They're so big. Now the Boulder 3050 is more of a I would call it an MRI machine. It extracts everything from the music. You will see every hair, every pore. You are going to hear everything that is hidden in the music. The Boulder 3050 will bring up to the surface. If you're a person that wants to discover your music collection in ways you've never done before, the Boulder 3050 will make you feel as if you're listening to your music, but it's played differently. It sounds different through the 3050. The only knock I would say in the 3050 is that it is a blank sheet of paper. The 3050 is not there to draw for you or hold your hand and help you trace on this blank sheet of paper. It's not the job of the Boulder 3050. When you buy a speaker of the, when you buy a power amplifier of this level, such as the 3050, you are in position of that pencil and you should know how to draw. So if you do not know how to do system matching, the 3050 can be quite painful. Now, don't get me wrong, the Apex is no different. I do feel like with the Apex, you need to look at the commander, the matching preamplifier. Um, when you play at this level, something that needs to be said is the fact that I feel brands are very, very sneaky. You see, anytime you're playing at the level of the Apex, at the level of the Darziel monos, the 468s, or the CHM10 monos, or the Boulder 3050s, I feel like they make it so hard for you to do mix and matching that you are forced to buy their matching preamplifiers. I really believe that. Okay. And so with the 3050 and the Apex, there is no exception to this rule. You have to still think about their matching line stages. Could I pick one, the 3050 or the Apex? I cannot. It's all system dependent. For instance, I feel like the 3050s would probably sound really good with Focal loudspeakers, but I also feel like the Apex can sound amazing with Wilson audio speakers, right? So it's all about system matching, okay? It really boils down to that. Is the Boulder 3010 only for Boulder's amp? I would say the 3010 can make any subpar amplifier sound like it's not supposed to. I tried the 3010 with different amplifiers, and it always put a smile on my face. The 3010 can transform just about any system into something that it's not. I mean, I'm telling you, it could be the heart of a lot of systems out there, but it is a lot of money at $142,000. It's a lot of money. But to me, it still continues to be the best preamplifier that I've ever owned, ever. Would I match Gryphon Apex with my Gryphon speakers? With Gryphon speakers, I would say so. If I was in position to buy Gryphon speakers, I would say so. I wouldn't have a problem. I was thinking about the Trident 2s because I can't fit the Kodos in here; they're too big. But I was thinking about that. I was thinking of perhaps looking into the Trident 2s. I keep hearing the same thing, that they're so synergistic with Gryphon components. My only problem, folks, with bringing a Gryphon loudspeaker, full transparency, is that I don't know how much of that speaker will be incompatible with other amplifier brands and pre-amplifier brands. That's my fear. My fear is that it's a loudspeaker that I think was voiced to sound amazing with Gryphon electronics. Okay. And I don't know if this voicing could interact negatively with other amps and preamps. That's my only fear. It would be the same thing with MBL being so difficult, such a difficult load, a speaker that some say it's like 82 dB efficient, that you sometimes have to go after their own matching amps for the system to sound great. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to. I don't want to buy a system that is an ecosystem. I don't want to buy a system that I have to buy only matching pieces for it to sound good. It doesn't work for what I do. It has to be something that has flexibility that I can test different combinations with. Okay. So that's why you have not seen a Gryphon loudspeaker. But let me tell you, I have seriously contemplated buying one in the past, many, on several occasions, I would say.